Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Khadashia from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another lesson. And I just wanted to hop into this article real quick, man. It was posted 23 minutes ago. All right. And I was reading. And while I was reading, this article just came up. And I just wanted to get into it, Lord willing. And just connect it with prophecy, man, because we are living in some beautiful times, man. And all these geopolitical things that are going around in the world, whether it be the conflict in Gaza, all right, or the conflict in Ukraine, all right, all these things are very, very crucial to Bible prophecy because as we see, all these things are lining up to what? That great day, man, all right? And the Lord, all right, the Lord ultimately, he's the one that mustereth the host of the battle, man. He's the one that's putting it in the minds of these kings and stirring them up for war, man. It says right here, Isaiah 13:4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle. All right, so the Lord is mustering the host of the battle. He's stirring up all these nations, man. And ultimately, like the scriptures say, it says that these shall hate the whore and burn her flesh with fire. All right. And as you can see, this article right here says Trump criticizes Zelenskyy, calling him a dictator. Now, if you know anything about the conflict, you know that Ukraine, as far as NATO and the EU, Ukraine is not part of NATO and the EU, but NATO and EU countries do have interest in Ukraine as a buffer for Russian aggression and for many other things, man. All right. And so for Trump to criticize Zelenskyy and call him a dictator, you could imagine what type of repercussions this is having amongst NATO and EU nations that have interest in Ukraine, because you see the last administration under Biden, they were endlessly funding the Ukraine war, all right, which was further, bringing more tension between Russia and America, man. All right, you had Putin, all right, constantly putting out warnings that if you do this, we're going to do this. If you do that, we're going to drop a bomb on here. And, it got to the point where now this current administration under Trump, hey, now he's criticizing Zelenskyy, man. All right. And let me read a little bit of this. It says, President Trump excoriated Vladimir Zelenskyy. And when you go into that word excoriated, I hate when Esau uses these fancy ass words, man. Excoriate means to censure or criticize severely. All right, so he criticized them severely. They could have just used that, but Esau likes to be fancy with words and shit. It says calling him a dictator and accusing him of misusing U.S. aid after the Ukrainian leader said Trump was repeating Russian propaganda points. All right, so they're both talking shit about each other, man. All right, which is increasing tension between both countries. All right, and also on top of that, Trump claiming or saying and accusing that Zelenskyy and Ukraine are misusing U.S. aid. That's actually one of the reasons why Trump, wants to leave NATO. All right. I was asking ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, why does Trump keep stressing the idea of America leaving NATO? Why is that? And it says, from what I can gather, Trump has often criticized NATO as obsolete, claiming it no longer serves U.S. interest. His America First approach stresses reducing U.S. obligations, especially if European members don't contribute enough financially. He views NATO as a burden, pushing the U.S. into conflicts that don't align with national interests. He also sees it as a relic of the post World War II era, unnecessary if the U.S. prioritizes homeland security over foreign commitments. It says Trump's repeated emphasis on the possibility of the United States leaving NATO reflects a core element of his America First philosophy. So, as you can see, Trump is also looking at Ukraine and the funding of America to Ukraine as a misuse of U.S. aid. And that's the same, you could say, the same sentiment that he has towards NATO, claiming it no longer serves U.S. interests. All right. And like the scriptures say, man, all right, it says right here, Revelation 17:16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All right. And we're living in some beautiful times where we are literally seeing this play out, man. All right. The 10 horns represent the EU nations, which, hey, like Apostle Tahar said in the video he did about a day or 2 days ago. All right. When you mention EU nations, you also in the same breath got to mention NATO nations, because as NATO is the military complex of that that alliance, well, the EU is the economic alliance. All right. And there are NATO nations that are also EU nations. All right. And these nations, which are the 10 horns, all right, and there are more than 10 countries, all right, but the 10 horns represent, all right, the original. And so it says that these shall hate the whore. And we're seeing the how could I say it? We're seeing the reverberations of these things actually happening, man. All right, we're seeing them play out in real time. All right, it says, let me keep reading in the article. He refuses to have elections, which this is Trump speaking. He refuses to have elections, is very low in Ukrainian polls, and the only thing he was good at was playing Biden like a fiddle. Trump wrote in a social media post on Wednesday, a dictator without elections, Zelenskyy better move fast or he is going to have he is not going to have a country left. The comments marked a significant escalation of Trump's criticism of Zelenskyy. They come one day after the U.S. president accused Zelenskyy of starting Russia's war in Ukraine. And that's crazy, because I believe it was actually Russia that invaded Ukraine. All right. And so, as you can see, man, these are not very friendly talks. All right. And so Zelensky's response was, Zelenskyy told reporters in Ukraine on Wednesday that Trump is living in this disinformation space. He added, I want there to be more truth in Trump's team. Zelensky's defiant comments, his sharpest yet, in response to Trump's criticism of his leadership in courting of Russian President Vladimir Putin, highlighted a widening gap between Ukraine and the U.S., the country that has been Kiev's most important backer. And that's heavy, man. All right, because like I stated earlier, a lot of countries actually have interests with Ukraine. All right, especially NATO and EU countries. It says, I asked ChatGPT, what's the major interest with Ukraine from NATO and EU countries? It says, NATO and EU countries are primarily interested in Ukraine for strategic, geopolitical, and security reasons. They aim to ensure European security by countering Russian aggression. Both groups want to protect Ukraine's sovereignty, prevent further Russian expansion, and maintain a stable, rules based international order. Additionally, EU countries are motivated by goals like energy diversification and increasing political influence in the region. The overall involvement revolves around regional stability and preventing further destabilization from outside forces. NATO and EU countries have key interests in Ukraine related to security, stability, and geopolitics. These include ensuring European security and acting as a buffer state or a buffer against Russian aggression, preventing Russian expansion, and safeguarding NATO's collective security. And so, as you can see, man, with Trump's sharp criticism of both Ukraine, calling Zelenskyy a dictator, all right, and him criticizing Ukraine and Zelenskyy, that's gonna sour a lot of uh, uh, um, how do I put it? That's gonna sour and put a sour taste in a lot of alliances that these NATO and EU countries have with America. All right, because a lot of these countries already criticize America, and they already are, you know, they already kind of are, criticizing this place because of the current administration. All right, I'm trying to, speak in code, but it's so much. There's so much you could say when you make videos like this, man. All right. And so you could see, man, how it's playing out, man. All right. And I also looked up which countries are both NATO and EU members. All right. It says these are 23 countries that are members of both NATO and the EU. Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czechia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, and also Russia. Russia has interest in Poland, man. All right. And if, Trump was basically telling Zelensky that he got to give up Ukraine, which if Ukraine is given up to Russia, that's going to further expand Russian power, which that's what NATO and EU countries do not want. And see, because Trump is expressing that that the NATO is obsolete. You can see how all of this is lining up with Bible prophecy, man, with Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And who's the whore? America, man. America is the whore that rideth upon that beast, man. All right. It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You see, so this is all leading up to World War III, man. All right. Everything that the apostles and elders have been saying for years, man. All right, because for years they've been saying that these countries that are in cahoots with America are going to end up shooting missiles in this place, man. And now, through this current administration, through Trump, which is that cruel Lord, in Isaiah 19 and 4, it says, and the Egyptians, which is America, all right, because in Revelation, the 11th chapter, it goes into how this place is a spiritual Egypt, all right? So America, even though it's Babylon the Great, is also spiritual Sodom and Egypt, all right? So this scripture prophetically is speaking about America. It says, Isaiah 19 and 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts. All right, so the Egyptians, you Americans, have been given over into the hand of a cruel Lord, that cruel Lord being Trump. And ever since he got into office, man, all right, look at everything that has played out. Today is what, man? It's February 19th, so it's about to be, tomorrow is about to be exactly 1 month that he's been into office. All right. His 100 days haven't even been up yet. All right. And this devil is signing all these executive orders. He's criticizing Zelenskyy. He's sending Jake and deporting them to Guantanamo Bay. He's giving fucking Elon Musk the power to do this and the power to do that. And then he got the Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency on point. He doing this, he doing that. See, this devil, he's about to bring in the end, man. Lord willing. All right? Lord willing. This could very well be the guy that ties it all in, man. You should be excited right now seeing all these things come to pass, man, because this all lines up with Bible prophecy, and we could very well be out of here very soon, man. All right? And these countries that are both NATO and EU members, their relation with America is growing sour by the day, man. All right? As long as that devil Trump is in office, day by day, their relation with America is going to grow sour day by day. All right. And you could imagine a lot of these countries didn't want Trump back in office, man. A lot of these countries disdained Trump's administration the first time he was around because of all the things that he expressed against them, man. All right. So you could imagine, like, all of this is leading up to these countries shooting missiles over here and burning her flesh with fire, destroying this place with nuclear destruction, man. That's going to happen, man. That's Bible prophecy, man. This country, America, it's been set up from the beginning to fall, man. Because as the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And at the forefront of this rulership right now, right here in America, Babylon the Great, at the forefront of that, the ruler of this age is Esau, man. It's 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, he's the end of this age, man. The end of this current rulership. All right, so he would be at the forefront of every power structure you could imagine. All right, from America to the NATO and EU countries. All right, to the state of the small hatters. All right, to Russia. All right, because Russia, they're Edomites too. But they're going to be used as an instrument to destroy this place, man. All right. It's like the Lord is using, man, bro. The Lord is the perfect, he's a man of war, man. Like it says in Exodus 15 and 3, the Lord is a man of war. All right. And if anybody could hit two birds with one stone, that's the Most High God, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. The Lord is about to bring down this whole Edomite power structure, man, by bringing them in conflict with each other. And then finally, the countries that America formed an alliance with after World War II are going to be used as an instrument to destroy this place, man. Man, that's poetic justice, man. That's beautiful, man. To just watch this all play out in real time, man. To know that Esau is the end of this age. He's the end of the world. And we're actually literally seeing it play out, man. We're seeing Trump crash out, man. Signing all these executive orders, criticizing this, criticizing that. This nigga just, hey, man, the Lord got a heavy spirit on him right now, man, to do all these things. He said, God chose me. And that's facts. God did choose you. But Lord willing, the Lord chose him to bring in this destruction, man. All right, because the Lord's determination is to gather the nations. And how is he doing that? It's because he's mustering up the host of the battle, man. All right. He's putting it in the mind of this king to do this. He's putting it in the mind of that king to do that. All of this is going to lead to World War III, man. Says Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord, His determination is to gather the nations, man, for that great war, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. As it is in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shaphat, all right, Yahweh's judgment, all right. And ultimately, the Lord is going to judge these nations through his son, all right. He's assembling these kingdoms because that's his determination. He's mustering the hosts of the battle because his determination is to gather these nations to pour upon them his indignation, to destroy them, man. And all of this really is for the controversy of Zion, because people might think, well, why is this happening? Why would the Lord want World War III to happen? Why would the Lord be putting it in the mind of these kings to hate the whore? I thought the dollar said, God bless America and God we trust. Nah, bro. You are dead fucking wrong, my brother. All of this is being done for the controversy of Zion, man. All right. It says right here, Isaiah 34:8, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the ear of the recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And when you start at verse 1, let's start at verse 1, because all of this is being done for the controversy of Zion. All the nations that are being gathered together for judgment is because they've all had a part in our kingdom and taking our kingdom, man. All right. Like it says in 1 Maccabees 2:10, what nation has not had a part in, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Because all these nations have had a part in the downfall of our kingdom, man. They've all profited from us being at the bottom. All right. And I don't care if fucking Putin brought out those Russian icons showing that the people of the Bible were dark skinned, man. He's still gonna get it too. All right. Russia is just as an instrument. You're just being used by the Lord, man, to destroy this whore, man. All right. And also to be, as a set as a defense for, those other countries such as, Iran, the Persians and so on and so forth, man. All right. So the Lord got the chips in place, man. Everything is lining up with Bible prophecy, man. And we're almost out of here. All right. It says 1 Maccabees 2:10, what nation has not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? So every nation has had a part in our kingdom and gotten of our spoils, man. Every nation has profited from the children of Israel being at the bottom. And now we're seeing the Lord about to vindicate us, man. All right. Now we see we're living in the time where the Lord is about to deliver his people, man. Like it says right here in Isaiah 35:4, say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense. He will come and save you. All right. And that's what ultimately we're telling our people, that the Lord is about to come back with vengeance and with the recompense, and he's going to come and save us, man. And really, that's speaking to the elect, man, because 2/3 of our people, they don't want to hear this message. But the elect, look, man, our confidence is in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and the promise that he gave to us through his word. All right, that the Lord is going to come with vengeance and the recompense, and to ultimately bring that vengeance upon all the nations that had a part in our kingdom and gotten of our spoils, man. And that's going to be done through Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is about to come back and judge these nations swiftly, man. All right. And that's why we tell you and ultimately bring out these words and these prophecies and link it with the things that are going on in the world, so that you believers could be comforted and know that this is the counsel of the Lord that's playing out in the world. Fear not, man. Be strong. The Lord is coming back, man. All right. This is the only oracles that are actually playing out in real time. Where are the prophecies of Zeus? Where are the prophecies of Jupiter? Where the fuck is Allah? Where the fuck is Buddha? Where the fuck is Krishna? Where's JC, man? Where are the fucking Christians going into the book of Revelation and breaking down what's going on right now geopolitically in the world, man? and linking it with the scripture and comforting the believers. Nobody is doing that, man, except the brothers right here at Great Millstone, starting with the apostles, elders, and bishops, man. All right. So we're living in some beautiful times, man. All right. We're living in some beautiful, beautiful times where we're about to see the Lord give a recompense unto the nations that did us so dirty, especially Esau, Edom. Says Isaiah 34:1, come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, which mountains represent governments, man. Their governments are literally going to fall apart, man. When Yahushua comes back, this place is going to be destroyed, man. All right. And then verse 4 goes into how it's going to be destroyed, man. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their host shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. And that's going into what? The nuclear destruction, man. All right. There are multiple scriptures that go into the last, the day of judgment associated with fire, man. All right. The elements being dissolved, all right, with fervent heat and so on and so forth, man. All right. So when this time comes, man, this place is ultimately going to go down by fire. America, Babylon the Great. All right. They're going to hate the whore and burn her and burn her with fire, man. All right. And ultimately, America, Babylon the Great, at the forefront of that power structure is Edom. That's why it says right here, verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is a Greek way of saying Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. For the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So at the forefront of this judgment is Esau, Edom, man. All right. Esau, Edom is going to go down, man. He's about to go down, man. Like, bro, this devil, oh, man, bro. After all the fucking bullshit that he did to us, he's about to fucking go down, man. His pride, his pride and joy, America, is about to be fucking destroyed with fire, man. Think about that, man. All right? They're about to be given as a ransom. Let me get that real quick. It says right here, Proverbs 21:18, the wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. So these people are about to be a ransom for the righteous. They're about to be fucking burnt, man. All right? There's about to be a great sacrifice in Basra, man. Which, right here, America, that's also spiritually what? Basra, man. Because Basra was a chief city in Edom. All right? So America, what? America's one of those chief cities, man. The chiefest city, man. Babylon the Great. All right? The whore that rideth upon the beast, man. All right? America, whatever America says, it goes, man. But now, with all these tensions rising, now we're seeing this part of the prophecy playing out, man. Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. All right? Because how are they making her naked? With all the exposing of all the things that America is doing, man. A lot of these countries are sharply criticizing America, man. A lot of these countries, and the reason, the fact that their relation with America is growing sour, now all these countries that got in bed with America are speaking badly about this place, man. Exposing it. All right. You got countries like Turkey who, are leaning more towards what? Russia and Iran, while also criticizing America. You got members of the NATO and EU, such as Germany, which had ties with Russia concerning oil, but because America put sanctions on Russia and so on and so forth, and Germany suffers from those things, man. And now the German economy is suffering because of that, but because they're a NATO and EU member, and whatever America says goes, they gotta shut the fuck up and just deal with it, man. So you could see how these 10 horns that are upon the beast, you're starting to see how they're hating the whore, man. All right, and is ultimately gonna lead to what? And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God be fulfilled. So all of this ultimately is to fulfill the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know how beautiful that is to know that? Esau, that your bitch ass kingdom was literally set up as an instrument to set up our kingdom. And after you go into slavery, you will perish forever, man. After you go into slavery for 1,000 years and you build up our kingdom, you will be destroyed, man. Because that's what you thought to do unto us. And you really thought that the Lord was with you when you built America, man. You had ideologies like Manifest Destiny. You fucking destroyed our peoples from 1492, all right, all the way to what? Until the present day right now, man, all right? And so now we're seeing that what? All of this is really playing out for Bible prophecy, man. America had to be set up for it to be destroyed, man. America had to come up and be this so-called great nation, this so-called world superpower, and it had to reach a climax. And now we're seeing now we're seeing the decline of this place, man. And it's beautiful to watch, man. It's beautiful to see prophecy play out in real time, and it's very comforting, man, knowing that the Lord truly is coming back, knowing that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and his words are faithful and true, knowing that we have a more sure word of prophecy, man, and that we could actually trust in these prophecies and put our faith in it, and knowing that the Lord is on his way back, man. And it's beautiful to see, man, that these things are playing out, because also that prophecy of the MOTB is on the horizon, man. You could see that it's already here, man. It just has to be made mandatory. So everything is playing out beautifully, man. All right. So stay prayed up, man. And also, too, this is with the Passover coming up. So with all this in mind, man, we're living in some very beautiful, heavy times, man. Right now is not the time to get weak, weary, and well-doing. Right now is not the time to be lacking in your lessons. Right now is not the time to be lacking in communication with your camp. Right now is not the time to be a fucking lazy-ass nigga, man. Right now is to put your foot on that pedal to the metal and go full throttle with your videos, man, with your studies, with your reading, with really finding, getting to the nitty-gritty of these prophecies and really being studied up in them, so that we may be ready to answer questions to anybody that comes up to camp. All right, we got to be ready, man. All right, and stay ready. All right, because this is about to go down, man. And it's beautiful to watch it play out in real time, man. Come on, bro. You think 4 years ago you would have seen an article like this, man? You think Biden would have the balls to call Zelenskyy a dictator, man? Nigga couldn't even, give a speech without falling asleep. All right, so, man, we're living in some beautiful times, man. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth.